We'll first start with the Gita Dhyana, the first and the fifth one. As usual, we always do. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshini Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayini Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadeshini Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Charnuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagat Guru. Now, in the first chapter, that is very perfectly the name has been given, Arjuna Bishada Yoga, the despondency of the Arjuna. This despondency of the Vishada means is confused. That's why he is feeling what to do and what not to do. This is the condition. See, he himself came for that war. He prepared himself for that. He went to so many kings, invited them to support them. He collected different types of weaponaries. For what? For that war. Now, when the time came, the war began, then he saw that the other side is nothing but his own people. Of course, he knew that to whom he is going to fight. But when the real time came, then he started thinking, oh, suppose they are all dead. Then what is the use of having this? This is called Maya. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna very clearly mentioned having sympathy, love, only for kith and kin, that is Maya, that binds. But same love and sympathy, if for everyone, for all, then that is Daya, that gives the liberation. The Maya and Daya, these are the two words he used. So we can understand the Arjun came and Arjun was ready to fight. Not only that, with great enthusiasm, he said, Krishna, let me go and see. Take my chariot into the center and let me go and see who are the people I've assembled over here to die in my hand. He knew that. But when he saw his own people, then he started telling, what is the use of doing this? Better to beg and eat like this, like that. So this is Daya, this is Maya. Hence, he will be bind. That is why Bhagavan Krishna was not happy. We can understand he didn't say anything to him. Because of the karma phala. So when this karma phala comes, then naturally God will be waiting. You are not coming to God for help. You are not asking God to help. So obviously God is just witness, seeing like this. So this is the life's picture. Human life, we can see, that is the Arjuna, and in us also the same thing. All these great leaders, they're very good leaders, but they become very weak whenever their own people come. They are doing something wrong and they cannot take stern action, which they could had that been somebody else. As because it is his own family, his son, his relatives, and he cannot take. And that same work binds. So someone was asking, what type of karma is Sattvika karma, Rajasika karma, and Tamasika karma. No karma is Sattvika, Rajasika. Karma is the same, only with the attitude that you are doing. Now, we are also running the school. We are also running the hospital. And different people in the private sector, schools are there, hospitals are there, government-run schools, hospitals are there. But when they are working, their mentality, their attitude, and their goal are different. When we are doing the same thing, our goal is different. Our attitude is different. It is our services that we are doing. So karma is the same, but how you are doing and what thought is there in your mind, that is very important. The cooking for God and cooking for the family member are the different. Same cooking. So when you are putting the ingredients, same thing. So this, if we can understand, then we can solve this great problem of karma. It is not the karma. Sometimes people think within the campus, within the boundary of the temple, whatever work we do are sattika karma. No, not that. And in India, some people, they'll be stealing the shoes inside the temple only. So what type of karma is that? So that is not the thing. Thing is, attitude and the way you do that. Here, the yuddha karma is a very cruel work, toughest work. You are killing people. Even then, when you are doing it as your swadharma, now these people are bad people. We have tried them to rectify them so many ways, so many times, but no, they're incorrigible. So let us punish them. So when we are thinking in that way, we have come over there, and there should not be thinking, oh, what will happen to them? No. I gave you a lot of chances. I tried to talk to you, convince you, argued with you, but you were adamant. You like to do it. So no way. So that is called swadharma. And this is the attitude, this is the way one should work. And then in the second chapter, Bhagavan, as because Arjuna, his friend, he is confused. So Bhagavan is, Sanjay is giving us the report. Atha dvitiyadhyayah Samkhya yoga. Samkhya means the knowledge. Sanjay uvacha tam tatha kripaya vishtam Osrupurnakulekshanam Vishidantam idam bhakyam Uvacha Madhusudana. Madhusudana, the slayer of Madhu. There was a demon, the Krishna killed him. So Madhusudana. Here, the Sanjay, using that name to remind, in the Yuddha Karma, even the Krishna himself killed some people because they were not good. The punishment was necessary. And at the last punishment, capital punishment was necessary. So obviously, he is using that name of the Lord Krishna, Madhusudana, reminding he too did it. To whom he is talking? Kripaya Abhishtam. He was completely overwhelmed with that grief. Oh, what I am going to do, what will happen, like that. Kripaya Avishtam. Arjuna, Osrupurna Kulekshanam. Person like Arjuna, his eyes were moist. He couldn't see. So Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. How his words, this is very interesting. Arjuna is very favorite. Arjuna not only friend, is very favorite person. But when Lord wanted to teach him, he was stern. What you are doing, Arjuna? Don't worry, I will fight for you. No, no way. He slapped him. Kutvastva kashmalamidam Vishame samupastitam anarjajustam asvargam akirti karam arjuna klebhyam asmagama partha naitattai upapadyate shudram hridaya daurbalyam taktottishta param tapa. Now, in two two verses, the Lord Krishna expressed his mind, opened his mind, and said, how this type of weakness came to you. Kashmalamidam Bishame Samupastitam. When there is danger, when all people already gathered over there, war has already been announced, declared, because the Lord Bhishma, he has he has already blown his conch. That means there will be war. Now only one thing you can do, you have to right away run away from there. You can stop the war now. It has already been declared. Either you fight or run away from there. This is the Bhishama. This is the great problem at this time. Why your mind working like this? Why you are thinking in this way? How you are thinking? Anarja yushtam. Arya, anarya. What is the anarya? Uncultured person, uneducated, uncouth, uncultured person, anarya. It is not a race. Sometimes arya, anarya, that was very wrongly translated by the Europeans. And by that way, they divided and ruled. And not only that, the whole Second World War was based on the arya, anarya. And they started thinking we are the great people, and the blue blood and blood are all the same. What is blue blood? But they started thinking we are all blue blood people. We are the Aryans. We are. Swami Vivekananda is that way very clear. When all the scholars were confused and they were thinking only the Europeans and they are the Aryans. No, it is wrong. Swamiji said it is culture. And when you have a culture and you know what to do and when, you are Arya. Previously, the wives, they used to call their husbands as Aryans, then a cultured person. So obviously, this is Arya. Anarya, exactly opposite. You're behaving like an uncultured person, uneducated person. Uncouth way you are crying over here. What is it? You should not do like this. You should judge why I am here. Think properly. I am a Kshatriya, and we did every opportunity, all opportunity, we try to convince them that according to the system, the eldest son of the family is supposed to be the king. And our Yudhishthira is the eldest one. He is supposed to get first. Secondly, Yudhishthira and Panchapandav's father was the king. And this Dhritarashtra was only caretaker king. He was not the real king. How come his son can become a king? No, it is not. Now, these people are not ready to accept anything. When there is no other way, everything has been closed, we have to take up the arms. There's no other way. So that he confused. And he thought it is better that we will give away. He said, Anarya Yustam, Aswargam. You cannot reach to the goal. Akirtikara. People will always tell about this cowardness. They will never appreciate you, Arjuna. They will never say, look at his greatness. He could vanquish, he could defeat them. But just because he understood this world is transitory, he left everything and went away. And that is the greatness of Arjuna. No, people will say, look at it. He actually was not powerful. People used to think that Arjuna is powerful. The moment he saw all these great warriors standing in front of him, he, like a jackal, he left. Anarja Justam, Aswargam, Akirtikaram, Arjuna. The three words he is mentioning. Anarja Justam, Aswargam. You are not going to go anywhere. People will be all through criticizing you. And do you think you will be satisfied by that? All people, generations after generations, they will tell he was a coward. And you will be the icon of cowardness. The people will say, oh, he is like Arjuna. He is a coward. So then he said, and Swami Vivekananda again and again repeated this mantra for the Indians. Klibhyam masmagama partha klibata. The klibata means, I cannot do it. I am weak. I won't be able to do it. This is klibata. Mashmagama, it should go, must go. And he mentioned Partha, the son of Pritha. Why Partha? Many times Partha, but here the Partha means, and he mentioned, look at your mother, remember your mother. Your mother, like a real Kshatriya, the lady, when your father wanted anything, she did. And when your father passed away, whatever the responsibility, she practiced. And not only that, when it was necessary, she came to the capital and claimed this, that this should go to my son. She never wanted, but she was ready to do it. So righteous, so courageous. So you must remember, you are the son of your mother. This is Partha. Naita tui upapadyate. Oh, it should not be like this. For you, it doesn't go. Shudram hridaya daurbalyam. Shudram. Shudra means that's weakness. Hridaya daurbalyam, this small little weaknesses of your heart, takta uttishta. Now you should give up and stand away. And what? Then he is reminding him, you are the param tapa. What is the param tapa? Tapa means heat. The moment you see someone whom you are afraid, the body automatically generates heat. So naturally, the param tapa. Sometimes I give the example, previously, when Sachin Tendulkar used to play, whenever he is going for the batting, the opponents, they say, oh my God, Sachin, he won't stop before 100. So naturally, they used to lose the heart. Sachin Tendulkar, he was a great batsman. So obviously, and when they heard the Sachin is not playing, oh, they're very happy. Sachin is not there, okay. Like that, the people, when they hear the Arjuna is there, they'll be so much afraid. Param tapa. So you are that. Remember, he's encouraging. Then Arjuna watch. But Arjuna, even then, going on arguing. Arjuna watch. Katham bhishmam aham samke drunancha madhusudana ishubhi pratiyotsyami pujarha varisudana. Then Arjuna's naturally, the grandfather, I was on his lap, we used to play with him. He was so affectionate. Under his care only we grew up. Now I am going to shoot the arrow on his body. Ishubhi pratiyotsyami. Ishubhi, this arrow. How can I shoot the arrow on him? Because Arjuna's mind is playing in that way. Naturally, we can understand Katham Bhishmam Aham Samke Dronancha Madhusudana. You are the slayer of Madhu, but Madhu was a bad man. and having no relation with you. But look at me. Who is there in front of me? With whom I am going to fight? My grandfather and my teacher who taught me everything. Now I am going to apply all this arrow and all this weapon on them. How it is possible? Now, this next verse, you must listen to this. The tune is changing. Because of the 4 lines, the tune is changing in this way. Gurun hatvahi mohanubhavan Sreyo bhaktum bhaikshyamapi haloke hatvartha kamamstu guru nihaiva punjiya bhogan rudhira pradiktan nachaidad vidma kataranna gariyo yadva yayema yadibano yayeyu Yane Bhagatvan Jijivisham Tebastita Pramukhe Dhartarashtraha Karpanna Dosha Upahata Sabhava Pricha Mitvam Dharma Sammura Cheta Yasriyasya Nishchitam Bruhitanme Shishvasteham Sadhimam tam prapanyam nahi prapashyami mamapanudyat yat shokamutso shanamindriyanam avapya bhuma basapatna mriddham rajyam suranam opichadhipatyam. This he is mentioning very clearly. Again, let me remind you, when we are pronouncing sa, sha, sha, in Bengali we say dantusha, talubhasya, murdanusha. So when the tongue, the tip of the tongue is touching the upper teeth and pronouncing sa, this is dantasya. Then little fold and on the you pronounce sha. And then again, further, talu, sha, sa, sha, sha. That is the way the Sanskrit pronunciation goes. And if in between the line there is a visarga, that should not be pronounced. That should, like nachaidat vidmaha, we are not pronouncing in that way. We are just nachaidat vidmo kataranna gariya. But in the last, Dhartarashtraha, when the visarga is there, it should be aha, like this. Tebastita pramukhe. Tebastita. There is also visarga, but we are not pronouncing. Tebastita pramukhe Dhartarashtraha. This is last. Please remember this, that will be easy for you to pronounce. Now he is giving the argument, the Gurun Hatva hi Mohanu, the great personalities, they are my gurus. But it's not only the teacher, anyone senior than me and guiding me, helping me to grow up, they are my gurus. Not only the school teachers, all are my gurus. And they are standing in front of me. How can I kill them? And only for a kingdom, only for this, then that is not, it is like after killing them, when we are enjoying this, that will be like eating the rice mixed with their blood. Now I cannot, a very strong word is using. Rudhira pradiktan. Rudhira means blood. I have killed my father, I have killed my teacher, I have killed my grandfather. And then when I am eating, literally, their blood is not mixed. But in a poetical way, they are mentioning as if I have mixed their blood when I am eating. So that is not good. I should not do that. And they say, Nachaidat vidmo kataranno goriyo. yadva jayema yadina jayevu. If I am not going to, whether I am going to defeat them or they are defeating me, it doesn't matter anything to me. Because though the Dhartarashtra, the children of the Dhritarashtra is the root of all problems. But even then, as because Dhritarashtra as a king should understood that he is a caretaker, he is not the real king. My father was the king, and my elder brother was supposed to be lawfully to get the kingdom. Dhritarashtra could give it. And then opportunity was there when the Lord Krishna offered, give only 5 villages, that will do. They will be living there humbly. Even then, that also they didn't agree. So obviously, I know these people are standing before me, but even then, they do not understand. Karpanna dosha upahata shabhava. Their thinking has stopped. Karpanya dosha. They have forgotten to think properly what is going to happen. Now, around in the present day, we see all the thinkers, they have stopped thinking. Those who are supposed to be very strong and they should protest, like the newspapers, media people, they should protest to all this type of atrocities happening everywhere. They should be very clear. No, I am not criticizing you. I'm only bringing the truth before the people. Let them judge. But they are afraid. Not only afraid, they are also getting a lot of money from the wrongdoers. This is okay. They are going to do it anyway. Maybe they will kill me. Instead, let me get some money and stop saying this. This is karpanya dosh. They are not understanding. They are trying to save their life, but what will happen to their children? What will happen to their progeny? What will happen to their next generations and their society? Even if they kill me, it doesn't matter, but I will stick to the Swadharma. This is, as a reporter, I am supposed to do the right thing. Whatever is right thing, whatever is the news, truth, that I will bring. They're afraid to do that. So that is called karpanya dosha, upahata svabhava. What is the svabhava? I am supposed to do this, but right this moment, I am afraid to do. Arjuna himself is mentioning, I am thoroughly confused. I do not know what to do. Prichami tvam dharma sammudha cheta. What is my dharma? What is my righteousness? What is my duty at this moment? I can't decide. Arjuna, personality like Arjuna. Why? Maya. We love our kith and kin, we love our people so much. Even when they are doing the wrong thing, we say, this is okay, we'll rectify, we'll ask them to change it. But we are forgetting that this will be an instance and that will be followed next time. They are not understanding this. Whoever comes to the power, they think we should do in this way. But they forget the next time when they lose the power, the person who is coming to that place, he will also do the same thing because you did it. Now, obviously, the instances are there at those days. And in the judgment, they always see the instances. In some court, they have done this, that goes as an instance. Such and such year, this court, they gave this rule, that is recorded and that is quoted. So that's the reason the judges also should be very, very careful, because anything that they are making the mistake, that will go down to the posterity and that will be quoted again and again. So I am thoroughly confused. Yasri Yashat Nishchitam Bruhitam. Now Arjuna, the great hero, kneeling down before the Lord Krishna, and he is saying, what is correct and what is not, I cannot take the decision. I am your disciple. He never said, I'm your friend. He said, I'm your disciple. Shishyasteham. Shadhimam tuam prapanyam. I am taking refuge in you. I want your guidance. Unless and until we go to God and say, I don't know, I can't understand, I cannot take the decision. I am taking refuge in you, O Lord. Please help me, please guide me. What shall I do? The Lord will never do. He will never do anything. Why? Because He is the Shakshi. He is just looking at you, seeing at you, and waiting. Because you are generating your karma. So you have to take complete surrender. You have to do the complete surrender to God. I am surrendering myself. What happens? There is no ego. As long as the ego is there, I will take care. I know to doing this. Lord will never come. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, then really, the more you read the scripture and more you appreciate Sri Ramakrishna. Why? Very simple, very straightforward, and to the root. Where is the problem in our life, particularly spiritual life? He said, Ahamkara. Other places, Ahamkara, to some extent, it can go. But for the spiritual life, no. An iota of ego, if it is there, you cannot make any progress in spiritual. Self-confidence must be there. Otherwise, it becomes a jellyfish existence. You cannot do anything. You have to have some personality, and you know that what I'm going to do, it is okay. But at the same time, I am the only correct person and all are wrong. No, that should not be. Here, Arjuna, all through, he was going on saying, I have understood, I know. Then afterwards, here only, on the second chapter, 7th verse, that is Arjuna is now coming and taking refuge at the feet of the Lord. He has understood that this is the person who can guide me. But they were friends. This is the speciality of Arjuna. Even though Krishna was his friend, even at this moment, Arjuna never knew that Krishna is having so many supernatural power. Krishna is God. He was not knowing. Here and there, Krishna showed his special power. But even then, Arjuna was thinking, he is just like me. He now sees that Arjuna kneeling down and taking refuge. And very interestingly, those who have read the Mahabharata, you know that after the war, Krishna was there. He was guiding only 5 brothers and little bit of some soldiers they were supporting. But the huge, the multi, that powerful Dhritarashtra's children, they were defeated because of the power of the God. He never took up any arm. He was only with them and guiding them. Yudhishthira, man like him, they call it Dharmaputra. Even then, he was not convinced that the Krishna was God. So when after all this, the Yudhishthira was thinking, what is actually religion then? Kuto dharma. And what is dharma then? What is the righteousness? Because we have killed our brothers. We have killed our people. And then we are ruling. The people are looking at us and they are laughing. And they're asking question, is this the dharma that you have followed? Then we don't have any answer. And he never asked this question to Krishna. He told, I will better go and ask this to Bhishma. Krishna was there present. Why? He was not having that faith on Krishna. Arjuna was having. So Arjuna was having the complete faith on the Krishna, and that was his good luck. And he said, now I cannot see. Nahi praposhyami mamapamrutyat yatshuka mucha shanamindriyana. All these things are completely covered. I cannot see anything, any way out. So I take refuge in you. Please give me the. When one take the refuge, then only the grace of God come. How? God will never say, I will hold your hand, I will do for you, I will fight for you. No. He will only give some good idea. Again, you have to implement that. And Sanjaya says, Eva muktva rishi kesham gudakesha param tapaha nayotsya iti govindam uktvam tushnim babhuvaha. Sanjaya now reporting, Eva muktva, saying like this, Arjuna, after this argument, Rishikesham Gudakesha. The two words he is using. Who is Rishikesha? One who is residing in the heart of everyone. That means he knows the heart of everyone, what thoughts are going. That means he is the God. Rishikesha. And Gudakesha, one who has conquered his sleep. The people when they're driving, it's because they're tired, sometimes they sleep and make a wrong fatal accident. The sleep is very powerful and overpower the people's mind. But Arjuna conquered that. So that is not a small thing. So using that word, Gudakesha, one who conquered his sleep, that means he too is a very strong person. He said like this, and Parantapa, who could make enemies afraid, I am not going to fight. Nayotsya iti govindam uktva tushnim babuva. He became quiet. Tamuvacha rishikesha prahasanniva bharata senaya ubhayor madhye vishidantam idam vachaha. Now the Sanjay is reporting, Tamuvacha rishikesha prahasanniva bharata. Rishikesha, the Krishna, when he heard this from the Arjuna and saw Arjuna is sitting without taking up the bow and arrow, ready not to fight, Senayor Ubayor Madhye. This is very important. Both the soldiers are facing each other, ready to cut the throats of each other. Already the announcement has been done that we are going to fight. But unless you say I am ready, they won't attack. It's not like modern day the shooters. Not like that. That was the courageous, very heroic type of people. They will never touch you unless you say, I'm ready. So obviously they were waiting. Arjuna, are you ready? Then only we will attack you. And that is called India, the dharma. Even at the time of the war, in English they say everything is fair in love and war. You can cheat people, you can say false, but Indian will never say that. Everything should be truthful. No compromise with the truth. So that was the culture. So this they say, I'm waiting. And when you are ready, you just announce, then we will start the war. So they were waiting. And that was the situation. Now, both sides, people were confused what Arjuna and Krishna they're discussing. Arjuna was the head. So obviously, unless and until he is giving the sign, they cannot start the war. They were waiting for him. There, the whole Gita was said. The 700 verses, and that will be said over here. And when he said like that, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shall you stop now here? The next month we can start with the Bhagavan. Okay.